have no idea what this means. A folded flag. You won't even stand for a waving flag. But how about a folded flag? A man who gave his life for a country he loved. So in my own little simple protest today, I'm going to do what I promised myself I would do. When I hear players from my own team mouth, rant and rave about their protest and how they feel. You're being paid to play. Play. You want to protest, do that on your own time. Not in my living room. Not when I want to watch my team play ball. So today, I give up. Today, I'm done. Today, I stand for the flag. And today, I am going to burn what I feel has burnt the American people. And that's the NFL. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of what it stands for. I'm tired of your views. I'm tired of your overpaid athletes. I'm tired of it all. You mock a president that the American people voted for, that the American people, the majority of the American people put in place. You mock him. I'm done. The advertisers that spend thousands of dollars to advertise, millions of dollars to advertise on your NFL networks, on your NFL channels, you're losing people by the thousands by this silly protest. The money that you're spending to advertise on this network, people aren't watching anymore. You're wasting your money. Who do you think's out there watching? You've got millionaires playing the game. These, by the way, were for a Super Bowl party that the team never could make it to. So I'm done. I'm proud to be an American. I stand for America. I stand for the American flag. I hope you'll do the same.
All right, folks. I just turned the game on, and I saw half the Patriots team take a knee. And last year, there was only a couple that might have put their hands up in Black Power salute to, show their solidarity for Colin Kaepernick. But I let that ride, and I didn't see it happen again the rest of the season. Well, this season they're starting off, and half the team's taking a knee. To me, that's an unpatriotic behavior that the Patriots shouldn't be allowing. And it's not for the same reason that Colin Kaepernick originally started out doing it for in the first place. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to burn my Patriots hats. Now I'm going to turn this around, and you can see this one was one of their Super Bowl hats. I've had that hat almost forever, and this was a hat that my son got me for my birthday about 3 years ago. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I've already doused them with charcoal fluid, so you can watch that one burn. And that should catch the other ones on fire. There we go. Yep. That's what I think of the New England Patriots now. I'm not going to be watching them the rest of the season, and if they don't change their way, I'm probably never going to watch them again. So Bob Kraft, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, you guys better get those guys in line, and you better straighten them out. Because in New England, we don't kneel for the national anthem, and we don't kneel when we're supposed to be paying our respects to our flag. So that's the end of that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Hey,
My name is Robert L. Williams. I am a master electrician in North Texas. Had a company for well over 35 years. I love this country. I love what it stands for. I love the flag. I love why we are Americans. Today, my team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, decided that they needed to keep themselves in the locker room while Mr. Villanova went out to salute the flag and to stand for the anthem. All right, this is what I think of that. All my Steelers stuff. This is a $450 leather jacket. Watch me burn it. All my hats, all my sweaters. You know something? We have morals in this country. We stand for this country. My great uncle's bones are lying in the bottom of Pearl Harbor. All right? For this country, for the flag, for your freedom to play in the NFL and to say whatever you want to say. But you do not disrespect the flag and the country and the Constitution and why we are here and why we have our freedoms. So watch this stuff burn. Yeah, Super Bowl, right? As if I care. What I care about is this country. What I care about is our freedom. What I care about is everyone's right to be free. And it's all about those stars and stripes. Come on, baby, light. There we go.
Yeah, my father was a Marine. My grandfather was in the Army. My uncle was in the Army. Our
That's right.
son is in the Army currently.
Yeah.
And you're not going to sing the national anthem and stand united as a country and disrespect our veterans.
No, you're not. You're not going to disrespect our country. You're not going to disrespect our flag. You're not going to disrespect each and every veteran who died so that we could stay free and say what we want and believe what we believe. You don't. You've crossed the line. This is a line you guys are unaware of, but you have crossed it. I'm done.
Are you done?
I love America and I love you. God bless you, and I pray that you believe that Jesus Christ died, he was buried, and he rose again the third day for your salvation. That's what this country was founded on. That and the Torah, the Ten Commandments. Believe it. Embrace it.
Hi, everyone. Well, I'll tell you what, I was looking forward to a good day today. Sunday, football, my Kansas City Chiefs. I'm 60 years old. I've been following the Chiefs for probably at least 50 of those years. And in 50 years, I've never been ashamed to say that I was a Chiefs fan until today. Today, not only am I ashamed that I'm a Chiefs fan, but ashamed that I'm even an NFL fan. Earlier today, I posted about people taking a knee at the stadiums. I have no problem with people protesting. That's their right. But this is a sporting event. This is an event that people and their families come to for fun, not to be told what political beliefs or what other people believe in should be forced upon them. So, Kansas City Chiefs, NFL leaders, and all of the rest of you people that believe this is right, and you feel that you can simply just disrespect our flag during the Pledge of Allegiance of this great country, the greatest country on the planet, this is how I really feel about it. So let me just show you here what I've done. Here's my Chiefs gear, and here's how I feel about it. So, that's what I think of your NFL protest, and that's only the beginning of my protest, because we've got a fire going here. We're going to light it up, and we're going to burn all the rest of the Chiefs gear that I've got in my home. And for the rest of the season, until the NFL and the media can get these problems worked out, I vow not to spend another dime, not another single dime, on NFL gear, on the Chiefs, on the games. I'm not going to watch the games anymore because I've had it. So here you go, Kansas City Chiefs. Here's what you've earned. Let's start with that one. That'll burn nice. Yeah, let's show a little respect there, huh? This is the way all fans should do. Right there. Oh, look at there. There's a nice shirt. That ought to burn well. There you go, Mr. Hunt. You want to keep these jerks on your team, want to take a knee during our national anthem. Men and women died for this country. They didn't play a game and get paid millions of dollars a year. So, there's another shirt. Oh, football league champions? Champions of what? Nothing. You're nothing without your fans. Nothing. There. There's your flag, Chiefs. Take your frickin' flag and it can go up in flames too. I challenge everybody else that I know to do the same thing, to post a video and send that video to your National Football League. Show them what you really think. Show them that you're tired of mixing politics with football. Football, a game on Sunday for families. Families and children. And the way we disrespect our flag in front of our children? No, it doesn't fly with me. You can take your Kansas City Chiefs, you can take your NFL, and you can shove it. Because there's my respect for your flag. Now, think about that, and think about the millions a year that you people are making to play a game. Well, we've got soldiers overseas that get paid minimum wage to put their lives on the line for that flag. Protest does not belong in our NFL sports. It's a game. If you want to protest, fine. Take a legal protest to the streets. Contact your congressman. Go to the courts. Do whatever you feel like you need to do. But here's what I feel like I need to do, and I'm taking it in action, and I mean it. And you can see it right there, because that's the last of my Chiefs gear. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Football controversy, the NFL controversy will not die. The ratings were apparently slightly up on Sunday over the previous year, but that's because people were tuning in to see the controversy. Next week, watch for the ratings to plummet as people simply tune out and demonstrate that they're not interested in watching a bunch of players who they feel are ungrateful for being in the United States of America and who are kneeling about the anthem and the flag. So one of the things that I've been talking about for years on this program now is the idea that two bubbles have formed in the United States. It's not just one bubble. You know, we on the right like to say, well, Hollywood's its bubble. Media, that's their bubble. There are two bubbles. There's the bubble of those of us on the right and the bubble of those of the people on the left. In the right bubble, we look at the people kneeling and we say everyone who is kneeling is doing so because they hate the anthem and the flag. Right? The reason that you kneel during the anthem is because you don't like the anthem and you think that America is a problematic place imbued inherently with racism, sexism, bigotry, and homophobia. And that's why you're kneeling. It's because you don't like the flag. And there's some evidence to this. Colin Kaepernick, when he first knelt, said, I'm doing this because the flag doesn't stand for black Americans, which is just absurd. It's just asinine. It was the flag of the United States that was carried into battle by the black regiment during the Civil War, that you can see it in the movie Glory. You know, the flag has always stood for the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and the development toward a better America. That's what the flag has always stood for, which is why smart civil rights protesters back in the 1960s weren't burning the flag. They were marching with the flag and saying, this is our flag, this is our America. That's a smart way to protest. A stupid way to protest is to kneel through the national anthem and to kneel as the flag is honored. That's just a dumb way to do it. So if you're on the right, the way that you see this battle is all the people who are kneeling originally were kneeling because they don't like the country, and the people who are kneeling with them today are probably kneeling because they also don't really like the country too much. Then there's the way the left reads this, which is people are kneeling because they think the country is not all that it can be, and they are kneeling to demonstrate that the flag is not really being upheld, even though symbolically it matters. It's because it matters symbolically that we have to protest it. And therefore, that's why Kaepernick and company were kneeling originally. And now all the people who are kneeling now, it's not even because they agree with Kaepernick. It's because they don't like that President Trump called for a boycott of the NFL and called for the NFL to fire everyone who is kneeling. So there are two reasons for the kneeling. Reason number one is because America just isn't what it's supposed to be. It's not all it's cracked up to be, so kneel for the national anthem. And reason number two is to protest Trump. Okay, and these two visions of what exactly is happening, it demonstrates, it's sort of like the movie Rashomon. I mean, there are multiple viewers of a single event, and they're each taking what they want from that event. On the right, we're taking away there are a lot of people who don't like the country. On the left, they're taking away that there are a bunch of people who want to stand against America's fundamental values, and kneeling is the way to protest those people. Right, so that's actually what's going on. From an objective, if you're an alien coming in from outer space watching all of this, this is what you would say, right? There's a bunch of different perspectives on the same event. Now, I tend to think a few things. One, kneeling for the national anthem is dumb. Kneeling for the flag is dumb. Again, you'd be better off grabbing the flag and saying, this is my flag. I stand with the flag against these forces that stand against American values. So the kneeling is stupid. It's pointless. And it's bad PR. On the other hand, the people who were kneeling yesterday are not quite the same thing, or Sunday, not quite the same thing as Colin Kaepernick kneeling. They're not all the same people. Colin Kaepernick was basically kneeling by himself by the end of his career. And the people who were kneeling yesterday, a lot of them were people who were not on board with Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the anthem in the first place, but they wanted to show solidarity for the right to kneel. Right? In the same way that you sometimes see people sort of spite protest in order to piss off the other side. So there was some of that going on too. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. So you can see that on a political level, this is very beneficial for Trump and Pence. So President Trump has an inerrant nose for the controversy that is most likely to polarize the country in his favor. He's actually quite good at this, and he's done it repeatedly. So the left claims after the travel ban, oh, Americans hate the travel ban. It's just going to be terrible for Trump, the travel ban. The travel ban wasn't terrible for Trump. Most Americans were fine with the travel ban. The left doesn't understand that. The left doesn't understand that when President Trump says polarizing things on a wide variety of topics, when he says that, when he does sort of macho posturing, most Americans don't care about that. And the left doesn't understand that when Trump says Colin Kaepernick is an SOB for kneeling during the anthem, there are a lot of Americans who feel the same way. And when people kneel, Trump wins that battle. And you can see how the right is trying to frame the battle as don't protest the flag or the national anthem, and the left is trying to frame the entire debate as a debate about the First Amendment. So here's Mike Pence framing it in terms of the flag and the national anthem.
We've all got a right to our opinions, but I don't think it's too much.
With a computer glitch. Okay.
But I don't think it's too much to ask the players in the National Football League to stand for our national anthem. And I know the people of Alabama agree. Because, you know, patriotism is what unites us. It's about respect for the flag, respect for the country. And most importantly, it's about respect for all those who fought and died to defend it.
And I think that Pence is exactly right, of course, which is why I've always opposed flag burning and kneeling on the flag and pictures of Bill Ayers standing on the flag. I think it's disgusting. I think all of that is quite gross. So this is how the right's attempting to frame it. You see groups like the NRA doing the same thing. The NRA released an ad last night, that essentially says the same thing.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave. From high school gyms to towering stadiums, every time I see our flag wave, I feel a humbling reminder of the brave who keep and have kept us free. I stand to honor the sacrifices of the generations before me. Heroes who charged into battle through bombs and bullets, who lost their brothers and still pushed through, fighting for every inch of our freedom. I stand for my brothers who can't stand anymore. Men who hunted terrorists to the ends of the earth, who sacrificed their bodies and their lives so that we could peacefully live ours. I stand for the children, the spouses, and parents whose family made
right. So you can see how political framing
for
happens here, right? And it's actually quite a good ad here, right? This is an attempt to frame this specifically as all the people kneeling are doing a disservice to service members and spouses and children of people who have died in combat protecting the flag and protecting our national unity. Right? That's the way the right is framing this. Now, here's the way the left is framing it. And it's like we're living in two separate worlds. Here's Hillary Clinton framing this in a completely different way. It's as though you're watching two separate narratives happening at the same time.
Protest is a part of the American way of life, and it's something that I'm very proud of, whether I agree or disagree I think peaceful protest is part of what has helped us make progress, learn more, be a better country over time.
Okay, and this is what I don't like about what President Trump did, is that these were both principles that we generally believed, right? Pretty much all Americans believe this, that you should stand for the flag, you shouldn't disrespect the flag, you shouldn't disrespect the anthem, and also that what Hillary Clinton is saying about peaceful protest is basically correct, that we in America have always valued peaceful protest, we've always valued dissent, we think that that's a valuable thing. But now the left has basically grabbed hold of the dissent is patriotism banner, and the right has grabbed hold of the actual banner, and now they're going to war with each other. Is that good for the country? I don't think it's good for the country at all. And then the left takes it too far. So if that were the only battle, then I would say, okay, easy consensus, right? Easy to come together about this. Very simple. We can bridge this gap immediately. Stop kneeling for the anthem, or at least I understand why we criticize you for kneeling for the anthem. It's bad to kneel for the anthem. And also, if you want to kneel for the anthem, you know, that's your business, but we have a right to criticize you for doing so. Very easy consensus. But then Hillary Clinton decides to take this even further, and I'll explain that. It should be easy to fix. Standing for the national anthem is appropriate. Kneeling is inappropriate, but this is America. You're allowed to do it. Everybody calm down, right? That's the easiest way to do this. Trump overstepped on the one end by using the flag to bash people who were kneeling to the extent saying that they ought to be fired. And then Hillary Clinton oversteps her boundaries, not by defending the First Amendment, but by then implying that anyone who opposes people who kneel is a racist. So here's Hillary Clinton doing that routine.
I think it's deeply troubling that the president would be attacking black athletes for expressing their opinions peacefully.
Okay, attacking black athletes? As I said on Fox News last night, President Trump is pretty equal opportunity in who he attacks. I mean, Hillary Clinton gets it on the chin from President Trump virtually every single day, and she's been not a relevant part of America's political scene for nearly a year at this point. So the idea that Trump is only attacking black athletes, really? I mean, he was attacking his own attorney general the same way like 6 weeks ago. So no, that doesn't wash at all. But again, what we have here is, I don't know if you've ever seen Louis C.K.'s comedy routines. I think Louis C.K. is really funny. He has a comedy routine called Of Course, But Maybe. And his comedy routine goes something like this. He says, of course, we all understand that peanut allergies are things that we should be careful of, and we should make sure that nobody around a kid who has a peanut allergy should have a peanut because we have to protect those kids. I mean, it's just something we have to do as a society. Of course we have to do that. But maybe if we just let people carry around peanuts, this would all be over in a generation. Right? This is Louis C.K.'s routine. The problem that we have in politics right now is that everybody is now doing of course but maybe. Everybody is now doing of course but maybe. So Trump is saying things like, of course it's bad when people kneel for the anthem. Of course, and of course dissent is okay. But maybe all those people should be fired. Maybe all those people should be fired. Because, I mean, if they got fired, then no one would be kneeling for the anthem. And then on the other side, you have Hillary Clinton doing of course but maybe. Of course the flag's important. Of course the national anthem is a good thing. Of course that's true. But maybe President Trump is a brutal racist. But maybe he's a brutal racist. And maybe people who stand for the flag are actually evidencing some sort of brutal racism. Because of the but maybes that we're all doing right now, everybody's in conflict. If we just stuck with the of courses and we skipped the but maybes, we'd all be fine. Because of course we all agree on this stuff. There's no major disagreement on this stuff, even between people like me and Colin Kaepernick. Okay, he may not agree about the flag and the national anthem. He may not agree about those things. We have a serious disagreement there, and we may have a serious disagreement about police procedure, but we actually agree on the value of dissent, I assume. I assume we actually agree on that. We at least go halfway, but now we don't even go halfway. Now we're in total disagreement because of the but maybes. Okay, so you can see the media is finally starting to catch on to this game. Trump is making serious political hay here. He's getting people to rally around him. You can see that, we'll show you in a second how the NFL is really stuck between a rock and a hard place. But the media is beginning to catch on that Trump is playing a game and they are falling for it. Here's CNN's Jim Acosta, the least self-aware reporter in America, talking about how Trump is Trump trying to wage a culture war? Is he? Yeah, you think?
This morning he's putting out a tweet praising NASCAR, which obviously is geared towards a different demographic, and the way they stand and respect and honor the flag. Is he trying to wage something of a culture war?
Okay, so is he trying to wage a culture war? First of all, the left started this culture war by politicizing sports. I have been saying this for years. I have been saying this for a long time. Trump did not start this war. He has just escalated the war. That's all. He's just escalated the war. And by the way, this notion that the NASCAR has a supremely different demographic from football is just not really true. According to Statista Online, the distribution of the television audience in 2013, 77% of the television audience for the NFL was white. 77%. 15% was black, 8% was Hispanic. So the vast majority of the NFL audience is still white. So the suggestion that Trump is doing this because he hates black people, I just don't see the evidence of all that. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. In any case, what's happened now is because Trump has polarized the country even further than it already was on this, and then the left has responded by polarizing even further by saying that everyone has to kneel, everyone must kneel before Zod. Now the NFL is stuck between a rock and a hard place because their audience is 77% white. And there are a lot of people in that audience, white, black, and Hispanic, who are not interested in doing this routine where they watch a bunch of people protest that America is a racist, terrible, terrible country. They're not interested in doing that routine. So Rush Limbaugh, I think, is actually a good case study, not just because Rush is a right-winger, obviously, but because Rush is the biggest football fan on radio. I mean, Rush is a super giant football fan, so much so that ESPN tried to have him on Sunday NFL Countdown about 15 years ago. And here is Rush saying that for the first time in a long time, he didn't watch any football on Sunday.
I was personally saddened. I did not watch the National Football League yesterday, and it was the first time in 45 years that I made an active decision not to watch, including my team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was not a decision made in anger. It was genuine sadness.
And it is sad. It is sad that these common symbols are being ripped away. If you're an NFL owner or you're an NFL player, though, you are stuck now between a rock and a hard place. Because on the right, they're saying you need to stand for the anthem. And because Trump threatened, because Trump basically said, I want everyone to be fired, the NFL should change its rules, let's boycott. Now, if you're an NFL player, even if you don't like the kneeling, you feel the necessity to stand by your teammates. Because if you're playing on a team, you tend to stand by your teammates and their rights. If you're an NFL owner, you don't want to alienate the NFL Players Association, nor do you want to alienate your own players by saying, I'm going to force you to stand. But at the same time, if you don't force your players to stand, you're alienating the audience. So the Dallas Cowboys last night tried to have it both ways. The Dallas Cowboys, basically Jerry Jones came out, the owner of the team, Trump supporter. He came out and he kneeled down, he knelt with all the players before the anthem. So the idea was that we're going to kneel to show free speech rights and to demonstrate that we care about equality, and then during the anthem, we're going to stand up. So we're going to split the baby. We won't actually kneel during the anthem, so we're not disrespecting the anthem or the flag, but we are going to protest President Trump by kneeling before the anthem. The problem is everybody in the stadium thinks that Trump is sort of right about the kneeling, and so they say, okay, you're really siding with all the players who are kneeling before the anthem. This is one of the dark places that we've gone in sort of our First Amendment discourse, is if we don't like how you exercise your First Amendment rights, then we suggest that the First Amendment itself is the problem.